Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia Mesadieu, your stylist, educator, and beauty guide. And the purpose of my channel is to assist you in making the best wardrobe and beauty solutions so that you always look and feel your best. And to all my felines, welcome back ladies. Today I am drinking a simple glass of water because it is hot in LA. And today I have a lot of talking, so let's get to it. Welcome to episode 1 in the body typology series. Today we are going to be discussing the different types of bodies and why it's important, extremely important, to identify your body type. All right, let's get into it. When I see the viewers that come to this channel, my interpretation is that you want to have true personal style. But in order to have true personal style, you must understand your body type and what flatters your body type. That is the essential part, that is one of the most essential components to having true style, is understanding what works well for your body. And to do that, you need to understand the different proportions of your body to understand what naturally flatters those proportions. Understanding your body's composition actually empowers you, and it gives you the confidence that you need and want to select the best choices for you. So understand that knowing your body type and identifying those proportions within your body is going to help you to always look your best. And that in essence is the true meaning of personal style. A lot of women have been instructed to try to figure out or identify what their body types are by using a reference such as fruit, an object, or a geometric shape. And examples of this would be looking at an apple, or looking at a pear and then looking at your proportions to see if your proportions match, or looking at a rectangle and looking to see if someone who doesn't have many curves, who is kind of sort of a straightened up and down figure, matches the shape of, or resembles the shape of, a rectangle. And also someone who is very curvaceous, someone who is very voluptuous, they have been taught to maybe look at an hourglass and see if their body resembles something similar of an hourglass. Now, these references can be very helpful, and to many they are very helpful. They've been helpful to me, but at the same time I have found myself not necessarily thinking that I am able to connect my body type with that object or that shape or that piece of fruit. Sometimes it can be a little muddy and confusing because you may not see the outline that looks exactly like that shape or that looks similar to that shape. Maybe you might see a little something that looks like it, but then you don't see the whole thing. I think these references are very useful to a lot of women. I think that they can be productive for a lot of women. And in the same respect, I feel like it can be unproductive for other women, and also it can be confusing for women and also a little offensive for women. So some women just don't even like to use that chart or those frame of references to identify their body. I've had a few women tell me that they didn't feel like their body resembled the fruits or the objects or the geometric shapes. And so they weren't able to really find out or identify what their body types are. And there have been times where I even struggled with those charts or those frame of references to really figure out, okay, what does my body truly resemble? It can be really confusing for people. These top core body references that most people typically reference are the rectangle, the inverted triangle, the triangle, the oval, and the one and only, the most coveted of them all, the hourglass. these objects, these shapes, they're in your mind. What I want you to do is disregard them for right now. I want to introduce you to a new way to assess your body. This is a totally new perspective. I want you to disregard those shapes, disregard those fruits, disregard those objects. We are focusing on something new today. Later, if you feel that it's useful, pick it back up. I know I'm gonna pick back up those references. I use them from time to time. But I have definitely found a new way to assess the body type. And so I want you to be open to that today. First things first, your body type is determined by genetics, your bone structure, and the way that your body fat is distributed throughout your body. Your body type is not determined by weight. And the reason why that is because weight fluctuates. It goes up and it goes down. Regardless of how much you weigh or how much weight you put on or how much weight you lose, your body type will always stay the same. Okay? So in essence, what I'm describing is your frame, your silhouette, the outline of your body. That always stays the same. Your silhouette is constant. Your weight goes up and down, but your silhouette remains constant. It's something that you can't change. I also want you to consider that your silhouette is unique to you. There may be someone that you want to use as a frame of reference, such as a friend, a sister, a cousin, a mom, a celebrity. That's fine. But just know that your shape is very unique to you. Now, when you're using someone as a frame of reference, again, your body type may be similar, but there's always going to be subtle differences that make your body unique to you because it's you. So your body's never going to be exactly like someone else. And knowing that your shape is unique to you and will always have subtle differences from someone else, that's also going to help you in knowing how to select the pieces that best flatter your shape. In the rule of proportion as it relates to style, it is your torso silhouette that essentially determines the line and the clothing shapes that are going to be the best for your body. Designers always consider the silhouette shape first before considering what the measurements are going to be. So your silhouette always comes first, the measurements later. When assessing body types, I like to follow the letter method when categorizing a specific body. This letter method was actually popularized by the experienced and professional stylist Kendall Farr, who is also the author of the Pocket Stylist. This letter method of body typing actually suggests that there are 3 torso combinations. And remember, your torso is what essentially determines the line and the clothing shapes that are best suited for your body. So remember that. There are 3 torso combinations and the torso is what leads first. It's always going to be what is the determining factor of what you're going to wear, what flatters your body the best. This letter method includes A, B, and C. Then you have D, E, and F, but D, E, and F are just fuller variations of A, B, and C. So essentially they're just what some people would consider plus size or someone who is more full figured. But the combinations for the torso are the same. It's just someone who is more full figured. So again, that's A, that's B, that's C, there's D, there's E, and then there's F. But D, E, and F represent fuller figured variations of A, B, and C. So if you want to put in your mind that there's 6, if that makes you feel like that's more mathematically correct, I completely understand that. But just remember that there are only three torso combinations. Okay, so before we get into measurements, and measurements will be introduced in the next video. In this video, we're talking about how to examine your body just by looking at it in the mirror. So now we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty. I want you to stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, in a full-length mirror with your bra on and your panties. So now that you are standing in the mirror, you are looking at yourself, fully taking in the full experience of your body, the essence of your body. You're looking at your curves, you're looking at your straights, you're looking at your lines, you're looking at it all. I want you to fully take in your body, really examine it. Starting with torso combination, body type A. Your torso and shoulders are smaller than the width of your hips. Again, if your torso and shoulders are smaller than the width of your hips, then you are body type A. For the second torso combination, which is body type B, your shoulders and your hips are roughly the same width with a defined waist. You are type B. Again, if your shoulders and your hips are roughly the same width with a defined waist, this makes you body type B. And for the third torso combination, which is body type C, is the width of your shoulders the same or wider than the width of your hips with little definition at your waist, then you are type C. Again, if the width of your shoulders are the same or wider than the width of your hips with little definition at your waist, then you are body type C. Now moving on to body type D and body type E and body type F. Body type D is a fuller variation or a plus size version of body type A. Body type E is a fuller figured or plus size version of the body type B. And body type F represents a fuller figure or plus sized variation of the body type C. So if a stylist were to style a body type B and a body type E, which body type E is actually the same torso combination as the body type B, it's just a fuller variation. If she were to style both bodies, they would probably have the same focal points, the same clothing shapes and balance recommendations from the stylist. Obviously it would be different size clothing, but they would be focusing on the same efforts of trying to style the proportions in order to make it look balanced and to have on the most flatter figuring clothing. But it would just be in two different size variations. You could be a body type B that wears a size 6 in dresses, or you could be a body type E that wears a size 14W, but the torso combination is the same. I know that this is brand new spanking information and this is going to take some getting used to. I completely understand that. However, I want you to think about this very similarly to the way that you think about the lettering system when it comes to selecting a bra. You know how easy it is to adapt to that? So I want you to think about, okay, I know that I'm an A because of my cup size, or I know that I'm a B because of this cup size, or I'm a C or a triple D because of this cup size. Like understanding where you lie or how to scale yourself, or where you lie in that chart with that lettering system is very similar. You know, you just have to understand your proportions. And then also with the way that we learn to categorize our hair types with that lettering system. At first it was a little confusing, but then as you continue to see your curl pattern or how more defined your curl pattern was, or how kinkier it was, or how looser the curl pattern was. Just by examining your curl pattern, you were able to kind of see where you lied on that scale, or you know, within that chart, what your hair type was. Even if it took some more experience with working with your hair and combing your hair and straightening your hair and blow drying your hair and using styling products, that took time, but you were able to identify it just by looking at the chart. And so that's what this chart is suggesting, that once you look in the mirror and you're able to recognize how your body composition is, when you're able to just examine your body composition with these notes, then you should be able to identify what your body type is. So the next thing to back up this body type is your measurements. Remember that your silhouette comes first and your measurements come later. So it's always silhouette, frame first, measurements later. So hopefully that simplifies it for you. I really did try to break it down for you as much as I could, but you must understand that your torso silhouette, the outline of your torso in respect to the rest of your body, is what makes your body. And it will always be the determining factor of the most flattering shapes and lines for your figure at any size. So that was a lot to explain. I'm sure it was a lot to take in and process. It's going to be a learning curve with this information. It's all new. It's all new, and I get it, but that's why we have a full entire series. And trust me, ladies, this is a long one. This is a very, very long series, but I'm committed to giving you all this information and helping you understand any and everything that I can. So if you have questions, plug them down in the comment section. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about measurements and how measurements are very important in relation to assessing your body type as well, and assessing the right fit for your body type. So look out for that video coming next. Remember that the silhouette is what leads, measurements come next, and so that's what we're going to be focused on in the next video. If this information is not new to you and you actually feel like I left something out of the conversation, then plug that down in the comment section. The more ideas, the better. And if you just have any tips that you want to share with the community, we are all welcome. Again, the more ideas, the better. I thank you so much for being open to this series and to these new concepts that are going to better help you to dress your shape and to find the most flatter figuring clothes, which is my mission on this channel. I thank you again for watching. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe so you can see more videos like this. Join the family. Favor, peace, and blessings, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.